Hi students, this is the first lesson on integrals. We have studied already differentiation. Now let me begin the lesson with these examples. Let us consider d by dx of say sin x, and you know that this is cos x. Then similarly d by dx of say let us take ex, this is ex, and d by dx of let us say tan x, this is secant square x. I am taking three examples. Now what we can think now is, see, this d by dx is an operator. This is an operator, something like a machine. So if you put sin x here, it becomes cos x, or it converts sin x into cos x. It converts ex into ex only, tan x into secant square x. Though you can think that it is a, imagine that it is a machine. Now the question is this: I want to find one more operator here. Of course, I have to decide what is the symbol, etc. The process of this operator should be exactly reverse process of this. You see, this is going in this operator takes the function here to here. Now I want to find another operator which takes the function which is here to here. So it must be the reverse process. So that is actually called integrals. So here we are using the symbol. Here d by dx we are using. Here we are using this symbol, and we write integration, and it is called integration. Integration of this cos x. So cos x. Then here, see, in that operator we are writing dx here. Here we write dx here. This equal to sin x. Similarly, integration of ex dx, this is ex. Similarly, integration of secant square x dx, this is tan x. Thus, this operator dx here, what it does is, here you see, if you put sin x, it goes to cos, it becomes cos x. If you put ex, it becomes ex. If you put tan x here, it becomes secant square x. So this is the process of differentiation. Now here, if you put cos x, it becomes sin x. If you put ex, it becomes ex. If you put secant square x, it becomes dx. So we say integration is the reverse process of differentiation, and in this chapter what we are studying is the process of integration, and this is also called integrals. So now let us define the integration like this. So the definition is like this. Definition is, let me write the definition. So let f of x and f of x be two real functions such that condition is this: d by dx of this f of x, capital F of x, this equal to f of x for all x belonging to I is the domain. Then integration of f of x dx, this will be equal to f of x. That means the derivative of this f of x is this f of x, small f of x. Integration of this f of x is this. So that's why it is called reverse process of differentiation. Now of course, since we are learning it for the first time, this is the symbol we are using, symbol, and this is called integrand, and this is of course variable of integration, and this is called actually integral. That is integral, or it is also called antiderivative, so, or it is also called integral of this one is f of x. So this is the basics. Then process of finding integral is called integration. Integration. So these are the things so which you have to remember. Now let me give a few more examples so that this idea will be clear. So what we can do is in the beginning, because we are beginners for this one, say you can take for example d by dx of, let us say x cube divided by 3, let us say. So this is equal to, now we know 1 by 3 is a constant comes up. Differentiation of x cube is 3x square. So this is x square. Therefore, this is our capital F of x. This is our small f of x. Therefore, by definition, integration of x square dx, this equal to x cube by 3. Actually, for the beginner, first what you have to do is you have to take a function, differentiate it, then write the reverse. So that is the easy method. Similarly, say d by dx of, for example, you have studied this one, sine inverse x. This we know it is square root of 1 minus x square. So this is our capital F of x. This is our small f of x. So in the beginning only. Therefore, we can say integration of dx by square root of 1 minus x square. This will be equal to sine inverse x. Like this, in the beginning what we can do is we can take some function, differentiate it, get the function, then you write in the reverse, so that is a practice. Now, there is another important concept at this stage you have to understand, that is called constant of integration. So, constant of integration. And normally it is denoted by C. So, this you have to understand. See, in the integration f of x dx, we write f of x, no doubt, because condition is if the differentiation of this one is this f of x, then integration of this is this, but we add a constant c here. So that is why it's also called indefinite integral. Before say why this plus c is to be added, let me first give some example. Say, let us take d by dx of, say, sin x. You know this is cos x. Therefore, definitely from this definition, integration of cos x is sin x. Now, if you take d by dx of sin x plus 1, what will you get? You will get cos x only. Suppose you take d by dx of sin x plus 2 you take. Once again you get cos x only. And like this, if you take for example d by dx of sin x say plus c, some constant, once again it is cos x. Therefore now, though it is correct, integration of cos x is sin x, but in general, even if any c is added to this function, its differentiation is cos x only. And this comes under this only. For example, when c is 0, you get this one. C is equal to 1, you get this. So the most general case is this one. Therefore, what you have to do is you have to add c. Even in the definition also you can see d by dx of, if f of x equal to f of x, then d by dx of f of x plus c is also small f of x only. Therefore, this c should be added in each integral. Therefore, it is called constant of integration. That is one thing. Second one is, this is a constant, no doubt, but we don't know what is its value. Therefore, this type of integrals are also known as indefinite integral. So here afterwards you have to remember one thing. After integration, even if I don't write, you have to add plus c. So that is the convention. So this is the first basic step of integration which you have to understand. Now what we have to do is, we have to derive the formula, but it's always reverse process. It's always reverse process, because unless you know what is the derivative of a given function, you cannot write the integration. Therefore, first let us do that. The first, therefore you can say this way, standard formula. Standard formula So first one is algebraic, and it is always better if you remember this category. See, if you take d by dx of x power n plus 1 by n plus 1, where n is a constant, this equal to, when you differentiate this, n plus 1 into x power n divided, this n plus 1 is there. So what do we get is x power n you get. So purposely we have taken x power n plus 1 by n plus 1. So this n plus 1 and this n plus 1 cancels. Therefore you are getting this. Now you imagine like this. This is our capital F of x. This is our small f of x. So by definition, integration of this will be this one. So we can say by definition, integration of xn dx equal to x power n plus 1 by n plus 1. Of course, you have to add c. Here afterwards, whenever we write this formula, plus c is a must. Now let us work out a few examples. So this is the formula. Therefore, you have to remember this. This is the first formula we derived for integration. So x power n, and there is a condition. Suppose n is minus 1, this is not defined. Therefore, you can also add here n is not equal to minus 1. This is the condition. So n equal to minus 1, we shall see later what is the formula. So for example, suppose you have x square dx. Just now you have seen this. This equal to x power, since it is in the beginning, let us use the formula 2 plus 1 by 2 plus 1 plus c, of course. This is x cube divided by 3 plus c. Suppose you take different, say 1 by x cube, 1 by x cube. This, see, except n equal to minus 1, any other value it is possible. So this we can write. Of course, first you have to write in the exponential form, x power minus 3 dx. Then apply the formula x power minus 3 plus 1 by minus 3 plus 1. This is x power minus 2. Of course, plus c you have to write. So this is minus 2 plus c. So the final answer is, you can also write minus 1 by 2x square plus c. So this is the answer. And this formula is valid even if it is a fraction, for n is fraction. See, for example, integration of x dx. When you write it in the exponential form, it is x power half then dx. Therefore, this is x power half plus 1 by half plus 1 plus c. But this you can write 2 by 3 x power 3 by 2 plus c. So this is the answer. So like this we can you can use this formula except n equal to minus 1. For example, it can be 1 by root 3 also. Even 1 by root 3 you can write. See, 1 by root 3, sorry, root x, I am sorry, root x dx. This will be x power minus half dx. And this you can use the formula. This equal to x power minus half plus 1 by minus half plus 1 plus c. This is 2 root x plus c, because half plus 1 is 1 by 2, 2 goes here. X power minus half plus 1 is x power half. X power half is root x. So this is the answer. Like this, any given function can be integrated with the help of this formula. Last one example I will give. That is a specific example actually, and you should remember this. What is the integration of, for example, 1 dx? So here only we can explain those things. Say 1 into dx or dx directly. You can use this formula because 1 can be written as x power 0 dx. And use the formula because except n equal to minus 1, it is valid for all. So x power 0 plus 1 by 0 plus 1 plus c. So this is x plus c. And you can cross verify also. If you differentiate this, what do you get? Differentiation of x is 1. This is 0. So you get 1. And instead of 1 dx, we can also say dx. So integration dx is x plus c. You can remember it as a separate formula. So this is the first formula, that is algebraic. Now let us discuss the next standard set 6 formula, that is trigonometric functions. So let us take second set trigonometric. So let me write here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. First I will write the formula because I know the formula, I am using it, but you should write it first, then you should also know how this formula is obtained. Say for example, first one is sin x dx. This is cos x, of course with minus sign, cos x plus c, so with minus sign. I will explain why it is so, because we can verify this in the reverse order. Second one is cos x dx. This is sin x plus. Now you may think that like this I can write sin x cos x tan x. No, because we don't know what is the differentiation of that function which gives you tan x. So that is not possible. So I have to write now. Actually, this is the understanding. So cosecant square x I can write dx. So this is now minus cot x minus cot x plus c, because I will explain why. Similarly, I can write here, I cannot write secant, I have to write secant square x dx. This is tan x plus c. Therefore, you have to remember this formula. Then integration of next one is cosecant x cot x dx. This is minus cosecant x plus c. And the last one secant x tan x dx. This is secant x plus c. So this is the first set of 6 integral formula you have to remember for trigonometric functions. Now you can, I think, understand why it is like that. If you differentiate this one d by dx of minus cos x, you are getting sin x. Therefore, by definition, this is capital F of x, this is small f of x. So this is the answer. Similarly, if you differentiate sin x, you get cos x. So this is the. Here you see, if you differentiate d by dx of minus cot x, you get cosecant square x. Therefore, integration of cosecant square x is minus cot x. Same thing here also. Differentiation of tan x is secant square x. Integration of secant square is tan x. Now, you may have one doubt now. Is it possible to find a formula for example, sin x is over cos x is over tan x and cot x, secant x and cosecant x? Yes, we can derive, but you have to wait. Right now we can't do it. There are certain other procedures you have to understand. Then we can get those formula. Then we can add it to our list. But now it is only 6 formula based on the differentiation. This also, for example, is when you differentiate minus cosecant x, it is cosecant x cot x. Minus you have to take here. Therefore, just like differentiation also, here see this is minus, this is minus, this is minus, remaining 3 plus. In differentiation also we have seen this one. Differentiation of cos is minus, cosecant is minus, cot is minus. Here also there are 3 functions which are minus, 3 functions which are plus. Now this is the trigonometric set. And the next set is inverse trigonometric functions. That also you have seen the formula for differentiation. So next let us take inverse trigonometric formula. Function formula. Here also I will write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. First one is integration dx by square root of 1 minus x square dx. This is sin inverse x. And same thing dx by square root of 1 minus x square. This can be, of course, c I have to add here, minus cos inverse x plus c. This is also correct, this is also correct. And in d by dx of 1 plus x square, this is tan inverse x plus c. And d by dx of 1 plus x square is also equal to minus cot inverse x plus c. And d by dx of x into square root of x square minus 1, x square minus 1, this is either minus cosecant inverse x plus c, or this is d by x into square root of x square minus 1, this is secant inverse x plus c. Here one advantage is these two formulas are one and the same. See, here it is plus sin inverse x or minus cos inverse. This side is same. Similarly here 1 plus dx by 1 plus x square, either plus tan inverse x or minus cot inverse x. Therefore, you need not remember this as a separate formula, minus. Similarly here. So, these three you can avoid. Therefore, what you can remember is integration of dx by square root of 1 minus x square. Simply you can remember sine inverse x. Of course, in the competitive examination, sometimes purposely they give the formula in other form. Therefore, it is better to remember, understand. But whenever you are using, you can remember this. Similarly, dx by 1 plus x square, you can remember tan inverse x. Of course, plus c you have to add. And integration of dx by x into square root of x square minus 1. This is, it is sufficient if you remember secant inverse x plus c. Now once again, how do you get this one? Just differentiate the right side, you will understand yourself. What is the differentiation of sine inverse x? 1 by square root of 1 minus x square. This we know already. D by dx of sine inverse x is 1 by square root of 1 minus x square. We have seen the inverse differentiation of inverse trigonometric function. Therefore, integration of this must be sine inverse x. Exactly same way the other three. I need not explain once again. This is the second set. Now let me list them so that it is easy. First one, algebraic 1 formula. This is for algebraic. Second one, 6 formula for trigonometric. Next one is actually 3 for inverse trigonometry. Of course, 6 also you can remember, or you can reduce it to 3. Then what is the next one actually? See, this is the first thing we have to list. Then only you can play the game of integrals. So the next one is, we have studied, if you remember, d by dx of ex. So there are two formula. Next, let me write exponential function formula. One is this integration of ex dx. This is ex because differentiation of ex is ex only. And second one is integration of, there is a separate formula, a power x dx. This is a power x by log a. Log a means log a to the base e. You should understand this one, plus c. So next one is logarithmic formula. Here integration of dx by x equal to log of mod x plus c. So now we have to understand these two are not separate formula. This is the general, this is the specific case. For example, if you take a equal to e, here e power x dx becomes e power x. What about log e to the base e1? So you get this one. Therefore, it is sufficient if you remember this formula, and this is the special case where a equal to e. But better you remember both, because most of the time we get this formula only. Therefore, ex. If this is the formula, you have to remember this. For example, if it is say 3 power x dx, you have to write 3 power x by log a under log 3 to the base e. Of course, whenever e you don't write actually plus e, but it's understood. Now the one last one I have to explain why it is mod x here. See, log is defined only for positive value. Even if this is negative, this integration is possible, because see, even if it is negative, here you take mod, so that it becomes positive only. So that is a thing. And another interesting thing is this, d by dx of, suppose you take x, this is definitely 1 by x, and condition is x is positive. And d by dx of, see, this also we can do, log of minus x. What is the condition here? Minus x means my x should be negative, minus x should be positive. So x is negative actually here. So now this is actually 1 by minus x. But in differentiation, what happens is, differentiation of this is 1 by minus x, but I have to differentiate this once again because it is composite function minus 1. Ultimately what happens is, minus 1 cancels 1 by x. But here it is x, here it is minus x here, but here x. So what I have to do is, I have to put mod. Therefore, for dx, this is the formula. Now I will go back once again. Just now recollect what was the formula for this integration of x power n dx. This integration was x power n plus 1 by n plus 1 plus c. But what was the condition? N is not equal to minus 1. Now look here. This is exactly when n equal to minus 1, because this becomes x power minus 1 dx. And x power minus 1 dx is same as integration dx by x. So this is log of mod x plus c. Therefore, this is a special case of this one only. But you remember, because log is a separate function you have studied, under the log only you can remember this. Therefore, this is the list of formula we have to remember. List of formula. So let me add here. Therefore, algebraic 1, trigonometric 6, inverse either 3 or 6 left to you. Then exponential 2 actually. Exponential, it is better to remember both formula. So 1 is Ex, another one is Ex, and log 1. So now, right now we are having, it is better 6 plus 6, 12, 12 plus 2, 14 plus 1, 15 plus 1, 16 formula you have to remember. 16 formula today we have learned, and this you have to remember. Therefore, the best procedure is first take all the formula, differentiate that one, then write your own, so that you will be able to remember. And of course, afterwards it should be coming to memory also, because every time you cannot have the formula list and to do. So by the end of this, at least another 2-3 lessons, you should be able to remember all the formula required for integrals. So now let me conclude today. This is the first lesson I have introduced the concept of integrals. And also I have made it clear the convention, symbol, then other things. Then very important is the list of formula, because these are the tools which you need for the next lesson. This you have to remember. Then of course in the next class we shall see the properties. For example, algebra of integration. That means suppose two functions are given, how to integrate, addition of two functions, then difference, then product, etc. That is called algebra of integrals. That we shall see in the next class. If you have subscribed my channel, it's well and good. As I told you already in one of the previous lessons, I will be putting all these lessons in different playlists, so that you can go in the same order. And please subscribe if you are not yet subscribed, and share with your friends, so that it will be an encouragement for me, so I can go with more and more enthusiasm, and I can improve my lesson. When the students support me, definitely it will be an improvement for the teacher also. Hope you will subscribe. Let us meet in the next class with the algebra of integrations. Till then, bye, take care.